Hello and welcome to the Retro Gaming Junction. This is Camilio and we are live on Twitch pretty much every day at 8 PM Eastern Time. We are playing Star Control 2. Should be finishing this tonight. Like I said, I wanted to do some stuff off stream. So essentially what I did is... Now we can see the Ur-Quan and the Korra.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hey, Ayid. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, what I did is I went to the Chmernemer to see what it did, and it immediately unlocked. You don't even have to find the place, but I did find where the Sumatra. It's right here, Delta Craterus. There's a bunch of ship around that, and we'll take care of that. And then I went back. But when you go to the Chmernemer, it just brings you back to the Earth. There's a bunch of stuff going on, so I have to do my stuff that I wanted to show you before that. And now I also went around and went to the Zogfot Pick and also to the Siren, which I'm going right now. And that's about it. The rest of the stuff didn't look that interesting to go back to. Oh yeah, I went back to this guy here, this the probes, cilantro, something. Anyways, went back to them. They didn't have much to say. So, oh, these guys told me that that they saw the Supox and the Earthwig enter the conflict, and that it will slow down the war. It will re-equilibrate. It will rebalance the power here, because the Ur-Quan were losing to the Korra, and you don't want that because the Korra just want to kill everyone. The Ur-Quan are pretty good with the statu quo. So yeah, now we're going to, before going to the Siren, I'm going to talk to the Melnorm, finish up a couple of conversation that we didn't finish with them, and then we're gonna go see the Siren. They have stuff to talk about the Mycons, since we helped them get their revengeance. And then we're gonna go to Chmernemer, the Proton. What's the name of the system? It's right here. Procyon. So, let's wait. The Melnor, I just called them.
What? The 513.
I have a bunch of credits. You can buy everything. Information. So this thing, we went pretty much through all of it already, so I will be skipping it, but I might not skip the stuff that looks interesting or funny that I remember.
No doubt you are familiar with an alien race called the Uncut.
Yeah?
While they are renowned, they have outdone specifically.
Yeah, they use the caster to, yeah, we know that.
As you know.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about the Arilu.
As you are probably possess effects from power.
Yes, we recovered.
You may have noticed the presence of an increase.
The pros, he tells us where they are.
The Druge were informed by the now extinct verdict of a powerful alien
I want to listen to this.
The Utwig. The Utwig, the Bervixies explained, were pleasant, sophisticated creatures, but they were also terminally depressed, and often spoke about ending their lives by activating a super weapon, some kind of gigantic bomb, which they had found on one of their worlds. Zeta Hyades 6b, I think it was. The Druge recognized the description of the bomb as a precursor planetary tool, which indeed was an explosive device of unrivaled power, and they set out to make it their own.
Okay.
Though the revolting, criminal, insidious Druge rarely leave their sphere of influence, it encompasses Algol, Almagest, and the Persei stars. They made a special trip on this occasion to the Aquarii constellation, where they made contact with the Ur-Quan. There is a device commonly known as the Ur-Quan. Is it now in your possession? Ah, I see. The Druge sold this device to the Ur-Quan, explaining that it was a precursor personal magnifier, which would enrich the lives of their entire culture in too many ways to describe specifically. The Ur-Quan, I am sorry to say, fell for the Druge's foul ruse and snapped up the Ur-Quan immediately. Fortunately for us all, the Ur-Quan did not pay the Druge's requested price, the super bomb, and instead gave them a collection of historical oddments and genuine artifacts, which to this day the Druge are trying to unload on unwary buyers.
Oh my god, it's Simon without the headset. Yeah, I guess I don't remove the headset too often. It's not really a big deal, it's the same fucking thing. Yeah. Current events.
The Ur-Quan, who live in the Aquarii constellation, have grown very depressed of late. They accidentally broke the supposed Ur-Quan sold to them by the felonious Druge. As a consequence, they are morose and melancholic, and will probably be unwilling to help you fight the Ur-Quan. If you wish to gain them as allies, as if it ever were, find some. Our information indicates that you could pay Aqua here.
We know that. You know what? I was thinking about buying some in-ear because it looks, and it's the heat in the summers. It just started and it's already. Sometimes it fucking itches when I play, and I'm like, oh my god, gotta scratch it.
Almost 25,000 of your years ago, there existed an association of this group formed over to provide and to of the 7 most.
They were the Ur-Quan were the masters of the
Ur-Quan.
Why should it?
Evolved on a harsh planet.
You're gonna play the game Dialad, so I shouldn't explain everything.
They were solitary predators who had a very limited set of social. Since they had
I guess we already did all this. The only part of information I didn't get, I think we went through.
Your ancestors were learning to chart the course of the moon and stars. The sentient milieu spanned 500 light years and included the membership of, like all.
He's gonna talk for a while. We listened to all that already.
When the Dinyari took control
The milieu, everybody died.
in the Dinyari's new empire,
The Ur-Quan were the best.
who led
Dinyari enslaved
the
the
Ur-Quan
Ur-Quans.
Kazerza was agreed.
Then the Dinyari split the Ur-Quan race in 2 in genetic enhancements.
In the few moments before Ur-Quan everywhere, doing anything that would give them the few
And
seconds.
then eventually they were able to separate from the Dinyari.
When the last Ur-Quan was free, the combined might of the Ur-Quan, they had come to first how to punish
So they punished the Dinyari and decided that they will never be slave and that
Oh.
they will enslave everybody else.
Following, the Ur-Quan met to decide how to
Yeah, that's what they decided here.
required that all of the leading
But the
opposition
Korra
to
were
this
not,
plan. Korra were
they wanted to
for
destroy
captive
everyone
us
instead.
each
The
following.
cleansing.
This is the last historical the civil war between the green Ur-Quan opponents. The death-dealing Korra lasted for decades. It is likely that they would have annihilated
That's what's
each other
happening
were
right
it
now.
not for a chance discovery by Kazertsa.
Oh.
A precursor vessel was huge. The precursor ship sliced through the Korra forces in. However, they realized that there was a chance. Instead of destroying the Korra, directing them to make their way to Kazertsa would travel when the two Ur-Quan forces met. With the precursor battleship given to
Oh,
the
that's the
winner.
Sumatra.
Captain Kazertsa,
That is happening
the
now.
Ur-Quan who enslaved her, are a large area centered near the Craterus constellation. If the Korra win this battle, Captain, the Kazertsa will stand aside. We believe it is your destiny. We regret to say that you are...
That's it. That's all the information.
However, we do have many thousands of useless facts at a substantial...
Useless facts? I'm done buying. There's no more buying here. And there's no more fuel even. I'm full of fuel. Oh no, I'm not full right now, whatever. I shall be leaving. Okay, are you ready to really have fun? DLAD, sorry. Really have some fun. This is where the game goes somewhere that most game today would not dare go to. Or they just can't. Because society. I should save. So I went through a couple of these, but I didn't listen to everything she had to say.
The
But
Mycon's fleet is in shambles. Justice is ours. We have revenged ourselves against the heinous Mycons. They fell for our trap so completely. When they approached Organon 1, we were hiding behind its moon. As they approached, their ships broke combat formation in preparation for their hideous implanting ceremony. We waited until they were fully dispersed around the planet. Then we attacked. The standard Mycon tactic would have been to speed out of orbit using a gravity whip maneuver. But the pod ships refused to abandon their slow-moving deep children's spore pods. They remained in the gravity well. And we sliced them to ribbons. They must have lost a dozen ships to their own stupidity, running into their own plasmoids. The rest? Well, we took care of most of them, in our own special way. And Captain, now that we have taken our revenge on the Mycon, we give you our starship officers and penetrator designs so that you can add our ships to your fleet.
nice. But I don't want your ships. The penetrator. We're not over here. This is not over. So what happens to you now? Is there anything else I can do to you? I mean, do for you. So super subtle. So what's new, Talana? Even more subtle.
I expect I'm going to be pretty busy for the next few months, overseeing repairs to our fleet of penetrator starships and preparing some kind of defensive system for this starbase. If and when the Ur-Quan return here, we want to have a little surprise ready for them.
Okay. I guess what I mean is, what about us?
I'm afraid our duties will keep us apart, Captain. But for now, at least there's this. That's more like it. Now, let me help you off with this. Yes, now aren't you a lot more comfortable?
So I blacked off the screen there, but they showed something that I cannot show on Twitch. Why are the lights off? I see you are the spirit of interspecies communication. Let me just say, Cowabunga! Hey, what have you got in mind there? Hey, hands off, lady, I'm not that kind of captain. Well, I see in the spirit of interspecies communication, let me just say, Cowabunga!
Oh, say that word again. It makes me feel so excited. It makes me want to do something nice for you. Like this. And this. And especially this.
What happens if I do this?
Does that answer your question?
Oh. Are you sure this is okay? I'm nervous.
Please don't worry, my darling human. We have all the time in the world, and my door locks securely.
Boy, oh boy, they never taught me stuff like this back at Unzervold.
And let me teach you what you need to know. We will begin with the fundamentals of basic siren physiology.
Oh well. I guess I don't have much more to say, do I?
Then stop wasting your lips on words,
This is not over.
you silly fool, and come here.
Several hours
later.
Goodbye, Captain Darling. We each have our jobs to do. Now you must go. But you will remain always in my mind and heart and deep within me. I know that someday, when all this madness has come to an end, we will be together like this again.
Ooh. 90s games. Oh my. Okay. So that's over. That was a thing. Yeah, I just want to leave the system. Okay. Oh yeah, we can talk to this little guy here. They're excited for humans. Great communication and development. We can talk to the talking pet.
Captain, the halo device on board this vessel is giving me a headache. Please remove it. Now, Captain. It is foolish to resist. It remains more effective than I thought. You're still able to disobey. Ah, well. What can I do for you, Captain?
Yeah, I guess we needed that halo device. How's it going, Denari? You okay there in the cargo bay?
It is cold and empty. I could use a thermal blanket. Since it is incredibly boring down here, I am using the opportunity to try and get some sleep.
Excellent. What do you suggest I do now, Denari?
The first thing I do is to make sure I had a strong ship and fleet.
What can you tell me about your race?
I consider such a question to be intrusive and impolite, but that is consistent with your behavior. What do you want to know?
Oh yeah. Can you tell me about your species
You
biology?
mean my superior brain? My mental prowess? I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Come on, we're friends. Tell me about the scope of your psychic powers.
Captain, I don't think you meant to ask about my powers. Didn't you mean to ask about flowers?
Exactly. Yes, Denari. I wish to know about the flowers.
Flowers are beautiful and smell nice. Now, be a good human and leave me alone.
Okay. I wish to go now.
Excellent idea, Captain. You must have a great deal of work to attend to.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I am not done talking to you.
Hello, Captain. What can I do for you?
Oh, he said something.
Hello, Captain. It is less than comfy down here in your ship's cargo hold. Please send down some pillows.
Okay.
Now, what
Yeah, I
do
can
for
do
you?
that. I can definitely do that.
I consider such as you want to know.
Let's go about the Eastern
Over
people.
20,000 years ago, my species was happy and carefree, living a life of peace and contentment on the surface of our world, Ventiflork. We spent our time gathering foods, creating art, and compelling each other to do the boring chores. Then, a ship from the sentient milieu landed, and, well, things got pretty complicated.
Okay, I guess that's it for now.
The sentient milieu were a bloodthirsty empire that ruled a large section of the galaxy for thousands of years. If you've heard that the milieu was a cooperative union of sentient species, it's lies, all lies. The Ur-Quan are just a part of the milieu, but their dark and evil hearts infused the entire association with a sinister ambiance.
Ambiance. The milieu, it's an ambiance.
Well, after we'd been in contact with the milieu for a while,
The
They
male game.
decided to kill all of my species. Now, does that sound like a reasonable, friendly bunch of aliens? Huh? Does it, Captain? No, it does not. Well, the war was over pretty quick. My species lost. Instead of just killing us, the Ur-Quan modified our genes. Our children were born non-sentient, dumb animals. For the past 20 millennia, we Denari have been serving the Ur-Quan in the most demeaning way they could imagine, acting as mindless translators who communicate the words of inferior races.
What can you tell me about your species biology?
You mean my superior brain? My mental
Oh,
animal.
he doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, that's it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, human. Okay, now we go back to the Chimmernimer. Chimmernimer. I don't know. Half of these species race cannot be. Which one is it? Okay. By the way, before I forget, I'm going to show you what the map looks like. What I've been using, because I've been showing it to you at the beginning, but now I want to show you what it looks like at the end. And I did remove some of these posts, but then I stopped because I realized that it's kind of cool for posterity. Don't want to remove stuff on it. I think this should work. Boom. It's kind of not centered, but yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, I would use these things. Here it says waste disposal site for the precursor on world only. That was a kind of a password. Alpha Lande on world of the intro Sith. Did I go there even? Yeah. So I would put down. So when I looked up stuff, it wasn't a walkthrough or anything. It was mostly here. I would also use these with the numbers here in combination with a little map of the quasi space, the green space, and that would help me travel in quasi space. And now we go here. Whoops. No, I don't need that. It's the planet.
You are ready.
I am ready.
You are fully prepared for the undertaking. There is every chance that you will be able to destroy the Sumatra and stop both the Ur-Quan and the Quora.
So what happens now?
We will now fit the precursor weapon and our own crystal amplification system to your vessel by routing a portion of your flagship's fusion power through the weapon's ignition chamber. Its destructive force will be multiplied by a large factor.
Excellent. We'll fire this weapon at the Sumatra, right? It's not going to hurt my ship, is it?
Your vessel will be totally annihilated.
Okay. Whoa, gee, that's bad. I don't suppose there's anything we can do to change that, is there?
No.
No. Okay, very well. Proceed with the
The
modification.
completion date for your vessel's modification is roughly 2 weeks hence, so that you and your human companions may make any necessary preparations at your starbase. We will now transport you and your crew back to Earth immediately. Good luck, Captain.
Excellent.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. There's something I think you should know. We have made a formal alliance with the Shemur. Their ships can now be built in our shipyards. Also, in the 2 weeks that have passed since the Shemur began to work on your vessel, they attached the Utwig bomb to your ship and have also put in place their own crystalline amplification devices to boost dramatically the power of the weapon. This work is now complete, and your flagship is ready for whatever final modifications you desire. The Shemur technicians wanted me to explain to you that the bomb and its crystal power boosters are fragile and cannot be moved from their positions at the back of your vehicle. Now I have some bad news and some good news. The Shemur had to remove all your main modules, weapons, crew pods, and the whole lot, including your emergency warp escape unit, so pick your engagements carefully, Captain. In addition, their equipment now fills the rear 10 slots, leaving you only 6 for your own modules. But here's the good news. The Shemur have provided us with an unbelievable wealth of minerals and other resources. We no longer have limits on what we can build for your flagship or your fleet.
Okay. So he says that I can't escape anymore, and some stuff that have been removed. It's pretty bad. My ship is not as powerful, definitely not as powerful as it was. And yeah, the escape thing, I want to talk about that, because I don't escape in games. I just don't, never. So if it's a mechanic in the game, if the game expects you to escape, or if it wants you eventually to escape to unlock something, or whatever. There are some games that do that. I haven't seen many, but there are some. But I just don't escape. I usually even reload before escaping. I'm just like that. It's just the way I can. And in this game, there's a couple of places you need to escape if you want to advance the plot, and that was a problem. Can you scientists analyze what I have acquired since my last visit? Yeah.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, talking pet life form. Data, this creature is physiologically identical to the so-called Ur-Quan talking pet with one notable exception. It is highly intelligent and evidences strong psychic capabilities. Initial AIQR test rated it well above human super genius, though immediately after we made this shocking assessment, its scores dropped to the normal-subnormal range. Interviews with the subject have shown it to be cooperative, though a Class 4 pan-species psychological profile places the creature far into the furtive, hateful domain. There were also some disturbing incidences where we talked about roses, daisies, and other pretty flowers. Summary, everything's okay, nothing to worry about with this cuddly little guy. Not one thing. That's the end of our scientist report.
Yeah, because they didn't have the Tallow device when they analyzed it, I guess, so they were completely subject to the psychic powers. Okay.
We're all
Okay, so we'll have to outfit our ship now. It's not great. Module. So we need some weapons, I guess, but I can't use that. I've tested it a little bit, and I think it just uses too much juice. So let's take this, 2 of these, then one Shiva furnace, I guess. We need some fuel. We need some crew, and then we have another one which may be some tracking system. That's what I figured last time, that this would be the optimal. It's not super optimal. Combat energy 4.4. What about, yeah, this is better. That's it. Everything here is the same. I thought we would get better. Would have been nice. Better thrusters, better turning jets. It's kind of weird because you just fill those up at the beginning of the game, and that's it. That's one of the first things you should do, by the way. Boosting these thrusters and the jets. Much more important than you think. Turning, and just for navigating, even in hyperspace, turning and the jets, especially the thrusters, so you can evade all the ships, so you don't even have to have weapon. You can mostly avoid combat in this game. I've been avoiding it a lot. I'm really bad at it. We will have to face some dudes here, and maybe I'm gonna be bad at it. But there is a way in the game, there's a settings you can put, like Cyborg, it's called. You have Cyborg on plus, and on plus plus. And yeah, on is just the AI, on plus is just the AI, but like super quickly, and then on plus plus is just, you don't even see the fight. You just see the it's kind of weird. Okay, so let's go with some fuel. So that's the same fuel I've been using for most of the game. Just one. And then exit this, go to the shipyard. Okay, so I'm gonna save here. Okay, this is before I set up my guys. I'm gonna remove this little guy because he's bad. I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna remove these and put pretty much everybody as a Symmetra avatar. They're pretty nice ship, and you can have 42 people in there, so that's pretty awesome. I guess they are the best ship. They're 3,000 bucks compared to everyone else. I guess I'm not good at with them. I'm really not good with them. This is annoying. I see no other way to do this. Yeah, there's no other way. You just have to click it. Ah, the penetrate. Of course. Of course. I haven't... I don't know how they work, these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna put all of the trimmer. I must not forget to put some crew in my main ship. I've been liking the Earthling cruiser. My favorite all-around ship. So when you start, how many men can you put in there? 12? I would have thought 69. Oh! I would not have been surprised, but 69 is quite enough. So. But if they could have put 69 in there, they would have. And then so many. It's not even like sexual innuendos. It wasn't even subtle or anything. It was just plain. We're gonna have sex now. Here are some more penetrators. Okay. That is a lot of ships. Oh, and this guy. There you go. Whew. Let's save. Another save. If something happens, we're off. We're off to end game. I think. I'm pretty sure. I saw the thing. I saw the Sumatra, so if the Sumatra is end game, Okay, star map, no. Manifest. Devices, portals. Star map. I think it's this one. 16. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So we're going here. Gonna save. And if we're lucky, we're gonna get there without any encounters. If we're lucky, we're gonna get lucky. Excellent. So now we just have to. Oh, before, yeah. Let's save again. Manifest. Talk to this little guy.
I sense the presence of my ancient slaves. It is time, Captain.
I'm scared.
Oh gosh, gee, I don't know. Let's just sit here and talk a while and ignore those thousands of dreadnoughts that are gonna cream us in a few seconds.
No. I'm scared, Nyari. What if this doesn't work?
I'm scared, Denari. What if it doesn't work? My species have waited 200 centuries for this moment, so stop blubbering. Let's get to work.
But you started it. Like, they're the evil ones, really. Really?
Okay, now, whatever you do, once I've started, don't leave the star system. We've only got one chance at this. Let's make it good. Here I go.
Star system. No. I won't need this star system. Ooh. Okay. Oh, let's go on the planet first. Oh, it's just a simple planet. There's nothing interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Little last save for going in. Okay, so we have to attack these guys. And I'm pretty bad at combat. With these new Shimmer shit, maybe I'm gonna be able to do it. Maybe. Converse.
There is something wrong here. Something which makes my sheath retract and my talons ooze. I sense the ugliness of 1,000 evil thoughts. And I have located the source of these fetid emanations. They come from aboard your vessel. Foolish renegade human, why have you come here? All that you have found is your inevitable punishment. You may not approach the ancient Sumatra, the symbol of Ur-Quan dominance. Your presence here is further violation of the slave laws, which your species have already violated so flagrantly. We cannot tolerate such insubordination. Your species' penalty shall be annihilation.
Okay. I'm good with that. Okay, let's try one of these. I love these names. These names are awesome. Let's go with Menzuguk. Oh my god, look at that. I just died. God damn, I'm bad at this game. What's the secondary thing? It's super weird. When I press it, it does it. Oh, it's a like tractor beam. I don't want to bomb the thing. God damn it! I didn't want to bomb the fucking planet. Come on, let's do this. There you go. what does this thing do? This thing's around. What do they do? Yeah, I don't really like them as a ship. The Shimmer ship. I have a bunch of them and I don't even like them. There you go. Ah, I didn't even get hit. Okay, okay. I have to be a little more defensive. Okay. I'm starting to understand how they work. Against them it's a little more difficult though. Ah, I did some damage. Go. I turn really slowly. I hope there's not a wave after this. Oh! I'm still hitting him with my little ships around me. Last one here. This should be enough. Okay. Uh-oh.
Greetings, human friends. We know you're about to be attacking the Sumatra and probably don't like being interrupted, but we have important news. The rebellion is won. We are victorious. We have pulled the Veep Neep Harpy Queen and her cronies from the high perch, and better yet, we have found a new queen. A queen who will unite the clans in peace and harmony as never before. You will never guess who it is, Captain. A big gunk, yes, it is true. They survived their absorption into our culture and are now providing us with insights into ourselves we never dreamed of. We only thought we were being happy birds of prey. We were fooling ourselves. Our new queen's name is Breaky Gerdy the First, and her first command was to rush here and bring you these ships, Yehat Terminators and Pagunk Furies. No, Captain, together we can attack the Sumatra!
Sumatra! Excellent. More ships. Will I be able to save? Yes, okay. Game, save. New save. Converse with the Sumatra.
Okay, human. You made it past the Sumatra's guards, and now you can attack the vessel itself. So listen closely. The Sumatra is protected by a thick shell of fused asteroids, reinforced with a weak stasis field. You'll never break through that. The only opening through the asteroid shield is covered with a powerful force screen. One touch of that screen, you're history, Captain. To destroy the Sumatra, you'll have to destroy the shield generators embedded in the asteroid shell. To drop the force screen, you'll have to destroy all 8 of them. When the screen is down, bring in your flagship, move into the asteroid shell, and then press the big red button on your controls. That starts the detonation sequence. Your escape pod will eject automatically. Just hope you're far enough away before that ship blows. Okay, human, this is it. The last battle, your final moment of triumph. Don't screw up. In case you're wondering, I'm not going with you, Captain. I'm staying on board. Why you ask? Because I'm locked in here, you idiot! Get me out! Help! Help!
I don't have a red button. Oops. I don't know what these do. Oh my. Ooh. I'm not going fast enough. Oh, there's shields. Nice. Okay, we have shields. I know these guys have weapons on the side that might help here. I'm gonna try again with these. Come on. Let's try these. Wow, they go fast. Oh yeah. Oh shit. I have to use the secondary function to. Oh fuck. Wow, they go so fast. I'm getting lucky here. Wow.
Loser, worm, loser, baby. Dodo, moron.
Wow.
Idiot. Stupid, wimp. Moron. Loser, worm, wimp.
Okay.
Dodo.
This is not easy.
Wimp. Jerk.
I guess I just have to. I'm still
Baby.
really bad
Moron.
at the
Loser. Dodo.
combat.
Wimp. Jerk. Wimp. Jerk. Baby. Moron. Stupid. Wimp. Worm. Dummy. Stupid.
Oh, that's good.
Jerk. Stupid. Moron.
Oh, that's not good.
Dodo.
Hallelujah.
Wimp. Baby. Idiot. Worm. Moron. Twit. Stupid. Fool. Dummy. Loser. Moron. Baby. Jerk. Moron. Worm. Wimp. Baby. Stupid. Dodo. Stupid. Worm. Dodo. Dummy. Moron. Baby. Worm. Stupid. Idiot. Dummy. Worm. Twit. Dummy. Jerk. Moron. Dodo. Wimp. Stupid.
Wow, okay, unlimited lives. Ouch.
Fool. Twit. Wimp. Worm. Idiot. Dummy. Twit. Moron. Loser. Idiot. Stupid. Dodo. Baby. Worm. Baby. Idiot. Moron.
Wow, okay, hallelujah.
Baby.
Just that was one ship. Hallelujah indeed. Let's just try one of these. 24 and 42, what's going on? What? 42 and 42, that's better. Oh my god, they're so slow. Oh no, that's not that great. Wow. I don't get much damage though. Okay, let's wrap around them then. Okay. Shit. Great, that was awesome.
Wit. Idiot. Wimp. Twit. Jerk. Wimp. Idiot.
It seems that they're much more prone to a resurrection now.
Dummy. Jerk. Baby. Jerk. Worm.
These guys
baby.
are the best for this.
Dummy. Jerk. Loser. Jerk. Worm. Loser. Fool. Baby.
Oh yeah!
Jerk. Twit. Idiot. Twit. Loser. Worm. Baby. Wimp. Baby. Dummy. Dodo. Baby.
I guess a joystick for this might help because keyboard is not great, I can tell you that. Oh, this was released on 3D. Oh, I guess that. Oh! Now I'll have to go with my ship, I think. Oh. Yeah. I'll have to go with my ship. And I hope I know what I'm doing, which I don't. Okay. Because then I'll have to do this whole shit again. I'm dead. Ugh. Well, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not doing that again. That was a fucking pain in the ass. Now I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna see what the real player can do. Attack.
You made it, Callie. What? Get me out! Help!
Eh? Oh. If I put it, I guess I thought we would see them combat, because usually you see the combat, but I was finished anyways. When I awoke, there was an angel. I knew I was dead. Oh, I'm dead, fuck. But if one has to die, I thought to myself, this was definitely the right way to be dead. That was about the time I heard Talana's voice, telling me to stop babbling and listen for a moment. She told me that the escape pod had almost been torn in half. I had been unconscious for over 3 weeks. But my crew and I had succeeded in our mission. Is it the siren? The force of the explosion, amplified by the tremor crystals, had been sufficient to vaporize the Sumatra. And following the destruction of the Sumatra battle platform, the fleets of the Ur-Quan and the Korra had fallen into chaos, and had been vanquished by tremor forces and allied starships. The Talana told me to sit up. Then Talana told me to sit up. She said there was something she thought I'd like to see. Boop! I pulled myself up and looked around. I was in sickbay of the starbase looking out over Earth. Beneath me throbbed the sick red glow of the Ur-Quan slave shield. Talana smiled and said that for the past few days, the tremor had been working on lowering the shield, and that it should be neutralized right about now. Right about now. With a flare of incandescent light, the slave shield vanished. And for the first time in my life, I saw the true colors of Earth. Blues and greens in 1,000 different shades. As we watched, we could see the first signs of ships coming from the Earth. They lifted from the planet's surface to join us in space. The destiny of mankind had been delayed for over 20 years. But now our world was free and nothing could stop us. I stayed in that hospital for almost a month. But that day... Why isn't there a voiceover now? That day I watched the shield fall, and beautiful Talana stood at my side. I'll never forget that day, not for the rest of my life. My grandfather then. But grandfather, then, what happened? Yeah, how did you get home? How long did it take before you and grandmother finally get married? But that is a story for another time. Oh, well, we intended to come right home. We got a little sidetracked. Talana and I didn't make it back here to Unzerwald until almost 5 years later. But grandfather, what happened? Where did you go? And how did you find the Mark II? Plot and some sequels seed. That, my children, is an entire different story. Buy Star Control 3. It's frustrating. It must have been frustrating because these guys had nothing to do with the third game. So they're like, buy the third game, but it's not even us that'll make it. This game has been brought to you by Frungy, the Sport of Kings. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Frungy had nothing to do with it. This game was about war, slavery, intolerance, heroism, justice, and the inevitable triumph of good over evil. Are you crazy? The developers got millions of Frungy endorsements. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. Did not. Did too. Did not. Did too. So, you probably thought I was dead, didn't you? Well, I'm not. I got away from the ship at the last second, and now I'm really going to cause some trouble. In fact, that's what the sequel is going to be about. Yeah, that's the ticket. Me and my exciting adventures as I conquer the galaxy for the greater glory of me. It will be action. It will have drama. It will have gratuitous alien sex scenes. There's a lot of sex in Star Control too. It's gonna be great. The siren is not the only one. Happy campers are the best. It is happy. Hold it. I'm getting sick of this stupid dialogue. Who wrote this stuff? A 5-year-old? Okay, I'll try it again. Happy campers are the best. It is good to smell you again. Hello again, heroic humanoid. Ever since you returned the Ultron to us, everything has been wonderful, just perfect. Within just 2 days, our factories will begin churning out appropriate facial appliances, and I've already picked out my first mask, the domino of unrivaled something. Yes, we're all ecstatic, even the eye protector, as she performs the exultant caper of revelation. Look how she leaps within the Ultron held eye. Oh, I can't keep up this fucking this voice. Into the crash. The Ultron is destroyed. You dumbass. Oh, those are the Tradash, I guess. Snort, I'm furious and something. Throughout this entire galaxy, I've done nothing but bluster and threaten. I have no opportunity to show my true skill as an actor, my depth and range. No one knows my sensitivity, my gentle inner being. Snort. What if, from now on, my typecast... I'm typecast as a whimper now, Spielberg may never call me. Why isn't there voices now? I want voices now. That was tough playing second Tanana to the Udwig. Now I'm hungry, but I'm sick and tired of sunlight, sunlight, sunlight! Like a hamburger or a steak, better yet. How about a dog? Did you say a dog? In case you're wondering about me, don't worry, I'm doing fine. In fact, I just talked about with the designer, and they have assured me that the sequel will be all about me. Isn't that great? They said they wanted to move away from the warrior mythos. Yeah, I know, people have been saying. And expand more into the healer cycle. Was that the Tradash? This may be my big chance. The only thing I'm not sure about is the new costume they want me to wear. They said this one would be really revealing. I think it's the only race I didn't encounter. I see someone approaches, but who is it? Oh ho, it is the creature which I wrongly called a disgusting Ur-Quan slimewad. And the quarrelly slug spawn. And the pouchless lard log freak. And the leprous non-functional sex organ. And the wallowing phlegm-filled grunty belly licker. Ah, my human friend has returned. So what am I doing here, you ask? I'm trying to get some rest, that's what. I'd be lucky if I don't have a heart attack soon. You have no idea how hard it is to personally replenish an entire species. Ah, a final parting with our favorite seeker of enlightenment. How sad. But wait, this doesn't have to be the end. We have established a conduit from the realm of our harmonic awareness directly to you. You can use this channel to ask us questions about your past lives or your future destiny. Just call 1-900-FAKUNKRA. That's 1-900-FAKUNKRA, 24 hours a day. Only $2 per minute. I hope that's not true. Children under 18 must have parental permission before calling. So I suppose you were wondering about what I'm doing at this control console. Well, I guess I can tell you now. I'm writing a screenplay. If they go through all the Alien, there's a lot. It's an existential thriller, kind of a cross between the Woody Allen angst mixed with some of the Tob Hooper's best work. Tob Hooper's, but actually this is just my way of getting my wing in the door, you see. What I really want to do is direct. Yeah, why the... Man, voices here would be the best. I hope you know that contract negotiations are going to be very rough for my role in the sequel. Yes, rough indeed. To begin with, I want 10% of the royalties, creative control over my dialogue, and a fat cut of the toy licenses. What? What did you say? The sequel is going to be all about me? How wonderful! What an honor! What a great chance to move up the ladder towards. Producer. That's the ultimate evil. Forget everything I said about license fees. It's an honor just to work with you. Okay. Blah blah blah. Mary had a little lamb. I like to hold fuzzy little animals and give them huggy woogies. You are probably wondering why the Ur-Quan is saying such stupid things. Well, he isn't saying them. I am. That's right. Me, the little guy down in the corner. Since I've been stuck down here for this entire game. Translating submit or die into 100,000 different languages. I just thought I'd take my opportunity to express my feelings. You want to know what I think? I think this whole game would have been better if they had done it as a musical. That's what I think. But not the designers. But no, the designers didn't listen to me. No! This is not a musical. Oh no, it's one of those ultra gross humans again. Quick, hide your eyes. Hide your eye. Look at the pulpy red thing in its mouth. How it wriggles and writhes like a wet blood worm. It is wriggling because I keep... and plays over the heart with numbs that produce some from its head bone. Why is this not voiced? Man, the Ur-Quan saying all those things would have been so funny. We are the Ur-Quan, the followers of the path of the now and forever. You are filled, we are cleansed. You will be annihilated. Damn it. Cut. Let's start over. Yeah, what? Hey, Mr. Director, can you please think of some other words beside annihilate? What's the use? I give up. Do you really believe Project Blue Book revealed everything the Army aircrafts knew? Do you know what really happened at Roswell, New Mexico in the late 40s? Have you ever heard about the Man in Black? Yeah, the movie just came out. Do you have any friends who have missing days? Do you sleep with your windows unlocked? Be seeing you. I thought we would know more about the Arilu relay. Yeah, about the Tradash, I will on my own. I have a bunch of backed up saves that I can go back to when I will visit them. But yeah, that was Star Control 2. I'm surprised that I did all the aliens. I thought there were maybe one that I missed. When I started this game, I really thought that there were so many aliens that was impossible, and then there was that time limit, so I thought it was impossible to visit everything. But the game makes it that you need to visit pretty much every species. There's a bunch of optional stuff. You're not obligated to get to the Arilu, but if you don't do that, traveling would be a bitch. I don't even know if you'll be able to finish the game in time. The probes, if you don't visit the probe on world, you will have probes up your ass till the end of the game. That will be a bitch. I guess you don't. The Pekanka are not useful, and the Shavaxi, the Shavixti, and the Yat also are not. You don't need them. But everything in the upper and like right of the map, like the Utwig, you need the Utwig, you need the Supax, you need the Drudge, you need the Mycons, you need the Siren because you need the Sun Device, you need you never see the Androsith, I guess, but you'll have to go there anyway. I guess you don't have to do the Spathy, but you will do it. Like, it's kind of stuff that's so close to you that you will do it. Chenjetsu, you don't have any choice. Murmur, same thing. I guess Ilrath, but you will encounter Ilrath at the start of the game. The Unga are part of the main plot. Everything is part of the main plot, which is not a bad thing. I wanted to talk to. I'll do a brief, somewhat brief review. It's never brief with me. I have a lot to say about this game. First of all, it's an incredible game. It's an incredible game, but it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not a perfect game for me. Even back then, I think some little tweak here and there would have improved the whole thing. Remove the time. I know why it's there, but since the game does a poor job, I think, of telling you how much time you've left, it's good in Fallout. It works in Fallout because you know exactly, the time is right there. You know exactly how many days you have left, and that is not the main. It's a part of the main plot, but spoilers for Fallout. It's not the end of the game. So end of spoilers. It wasn't. It's not a big spoilers. It just doesn't end with that. But that's the whole point here, is the time limit. So what I can only assume would have happened if I would have played this game anytime before 2000, I would have taken my time. I would have visited a lot of stars, thinking that I would have found some secret. And if there is, it's really well hidden, I think, because I haven't found anything apart from the things that were kind of obvious. Every world has a main world. The end, yes, this is the end, but the end of the stream, no, I'll be continuing with some Unreal after a little break. But continuing with my little review. So you have to go through all of these homeworld and talk to the alien, but it's very open world. It's incredibly open world. But not every game works as an open world game. This works especially well because of the vastness of space, because of all the aliens. But even as an open world, I would have liked it more with more optional stuff. There's not much optional stuff. I would have really liked that some alien stuff was really like, you really don't need to do that. Like, if you do that, you get a great weapon for the end. I guess maybe helping the Yi-Hat help us at the end, because we got their ships. Because without their ships, I would have had a hard time at the end there. The end thing was really hard, but I'm really bad at combat. I'm especially bad if you look at Cyborg on, which I never did on this playthrough, and I will not show you because it's humiliating how much bad I am at this game. But if you don't like combat, you don't have to combat at all in this game. You put the Cyborg on plus, whatever. If you don't want to wait, and you'll see them combat, or even on plus, you'll just see their health. You hear what's going on. You see their health deplete, and stuff. You see your ship destroyed, and just go by other one, and you can do the whole role-playing dialogue thing. But as a role-playing game, it kind of fails because of the fact that, like I was about to say, but I got sidetracked, is that back then, even before 2000, I would have played the game, visited a bunch of things, and eventually run out of time, I'm sure. I would have run out of time. The fact is, I would have restarted the game, but I would have been pissed off about it, but I would have used all the clues that I got here to speed up my second playthrough, which I feel is not how a role-playing game should be played. At least, like, this game is supposed to be really replayable, but it's only replayable if you don't remember what you did. Because if I would restart this right now, there's literally zero replay value. It's not like an RPG where I could just re-jump into it with another set of characters and do things differently. Fallout is a good example of that. Many RPGs you cannot re-jump in them and do something different. Like JRPGs especially, you're just gonna re-jump and do essentially the same thing. But a good RPG that for me are pure RPGs, is an RPG that you can re-jump and play the game completely or pretty much different. You're gonna have different dialogue, maybe a different ending, but the game will feel different. You'll be playing the game differently. That's what a role-playing game is for me. So, but apart from that, the game succeeds on every front. The openness, and like, it's story-driven. I've never seen a game as open, but as focused on all the things. There is things you need to do to accomplish your main goal, and you can't just, like most open game, you could if you wanted to. Like, if you would be invincible, like plow through the end of the game. If I'm really good, I'm gonna go to the Sumatra and destroy it. No, you cannot. There is a couple of things you need to do before you do that, and they are evolved, and you have to travel through space and get. I guess if you skip all the get you information, you could do it like pretty fastly. Anyways, this is it for my brief review of Star Control 2. I will play Star Control 3, I'm sure eventually, someday. I will definitely play Star Control Origin, maybe before 3. Maybe not, because I guess I should play them in order. There's a game that people talked about, Star Ranger. I should look it up. Looks like a Star Control type game. What I want, if you know that, please tell me in the comments or in the chat, is a game exactly like this. Kind of same thing. You travel around, open world, you see other aliens with your ships, you upgrade your ships, fleet maybe, but first person cockpit style, a la X-Wing or TIE Fighter style, Wing Commander style. But like, I know there's Freelancer, I know there's Wing Commander. Did you have time running on Star Control 2? If you want to know my how long it take, how much time it took, I would estimate. Well, let's just get me a calculator here. I usually play about 3 hours, but after about 2 hour and a half of Star Control 2, I was mostly done. And this is part 12, I think, or 11. Let's say it's 12. Let's say 2.5 times 12. 30 hours. That's what I was about to say. It's about a 30-hour game for me. And I had there's a timer in the game in the sense that you have to finish the game in a certain time limit. So you cannot take 60 hours to play the game, you will eventually run out. I still had about 1/5 of the game, like of the timer left. So I was still really okay with time. But I was quite focused on what I had to do because I knew about the time, because I read about it, because people talked to me about it, because I knew it. Like I said before, if I would have not known it, I would have kind of not... I don't know if I would have hated the game. Maybe. It might have blemished a lot. I would have really been pissed off. Having to restart a game, and even restarting... That's the problem. Restarting an RPG is not something I do. If an RPG pisses me off, or if it blocks me for some reason, I might not just finish it. I might just decide to just move on to another game. That's what I used to do. Maybe now that I'm streaming, I'm not gonna do that. Because now that I'm streaming, I'm not even playing games off stream. When I play games, it's the night between 8 and 11, and that's when I stream, that's when I play video games. But now we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna switch off to Unreal. Hey, Grand Guru! Hey, Asimov! They were there. Yeah, little break of about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna switch off to Unreal. Unreal is one of my not all-time favorite FPS first-person shooters, but as a pure first-person shooter without much of a story, it is a great game. I love it. And it is the game that I first felt... Like, most people fell in love with Doom, fell in love with Quake. I played Doom, I liked it. I played Wolfenstein 3D, I liked it. I played Quake, I liked it. I played Quake 2, I liked it. But then I played Unreal, and the first scene in Unreal where you wake up... Oh no, I'm sorry, I played Unreal before playing Quake 2, even though Quake 2 came out after, before Unreal. Because yeah, there is story, kind of. I might have been impressed by Quake 2 for some of the more linear story kind of stuff. There's an intro, there's stuff going on, you crash at the beginning, and there's missions. But I really like the fact that in Unreal you're just looking around, picking up information. It eventually led me to my true love, which is System Shock 2, which is kind of like that. You pick up like logs and stuff, which tells you the story, and Deus Ex, which while I was playing the first 2 levels just to test out the game really reminded me of because of the music, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a second when I'm going to play Unreal. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching.